It starts with a physical sensation. You are standing in the middle of a room, a party, a meeting, even a happy dinner with people you genuinely love, and you feel an invisible weight pressing down. It's not anxiety, not quite. It's a slow, silent exhaustion. You are not unhappy, but you are diminishing. You feel your energy draining, not because the people are bad, but because the sheer volume of otherness is overwhelming. It's the constant pressure to adjust your tone, to censor your true thoughts, to maintain the mask, the functional, polite, engaged mask you wear for the world. You are performing the self, and the performance is exhausting. And then you leave. The moment the door closes, the moment the car engine starts, the moment you are enveloped in the quiet of your own space, a profound, visceral sigh of relief escapes you. It is the sound of the self returning home. And let me ask you this. Do you ever feel guilty for that relief? Do you feel like you are failing some essential test of being human because your deepest need is simply to be alone? This isn't social avoidance. This isn't rudeness. This is psychic maintenance. For some of us, our core vitality, our ability to feel real, to feel whole, is drawn from the deep, quiet well of the inner world, not the temporary current of the external world. The moment we step into a crowd, our inner system is bombarded. It's the constant, low-frequency noise of every other person's desires, fears, and judgments. It's the pressure of the collective, demanding that you conform to the shared energy. And your inner voice, the quiet, unique voice of your true self, the one that knows your purpose, that voice speaks in whispers. It speaks in symbols. It speaks in quiet nudges. It cannot compete with the noise of the crowd. So your need for solitude is a survival mechanism. It is the non-negotiable time required for you to perform a crucial act of psychic hygiene, to shed the mask you wore for the world, to let your guard down, and to ask yourself which thoughts in my head are mine and which are merely echoes of the room I just left. You are not retreating from life. You are simply retreating from the performance of life. But this deep need for solitude creates a profound quiet struggle. It creates the guilt of retreat. The world and the collective demands participation. When you retreat, you often feel a spike of guilt, the internalized voice of those who taught you that being alone meant being wrong or being unloved. You confuse the need for space with social failure. And so you cycle. You overperform socially to make up for the retreat, which leads to inevitable burnout, which forces you into deeper solitude, which restarts the guilt. It is an exhausting loop. And then there is the crisis of connection. Because your inner world is so rich, so full of deep, symbolic thought, you find it difficult to translate that depth into casual conversation. You are fluent in the language of your soul, but you struggle with the small talk of the surface. You are not interested in the superficial exchange of mass. You are waiting for the other person's true self to show up. You are waiting for that moment of real, unvarnished honesty. And because those moments are rare, your relationships become few, but intensely meaningful. You demand depth, and you are often misunderstood by a world that views your patience as coldness. The paradox is heartbreaking. The solitude you seek to protect your innermost self is the very thing that keeps you isolated from the connection you crave. But here's the shift. Here is the quiet truth you must begin to embrace. Your solitude is not a prison. It is the laboratory where your strength is forged. You must stop seeing your need for space as a weakness and start seeing it as a conscious, rigorous discipline. The strength is not in tolerating the crowd. The strength is in the unwavering clarity of your inner voice. The goal is to be so fully present with your own self that when you do step out into the world, you are not seeking validation, you are simply sharing your wholeness. This means consciously honoring your need for space. It means teaching yourself that you are worthy of that time. The next time you feel that invisible weight pressing down, the next time that exhaustion starts to set in, do not feel guilt. Simply acknowledge the truth of your psychic energy. Acknowledge that you have given what you could. And then allow yourself to return home. Allow yourself to let the mask drop. Allow yourself to be messy, unedited, and completely unproductive. This is not laziness. This is the sacred act of refilling the well. Because the truth is beautiful. You cannot greet another person's true self until you have fully inhabited your own. And the only way to fully inhabit your own self is to give it the silence it needs to speak. Your solitude is the very thing that makes your eventual presence a gift. It is allowing yourself to be whole and worthy even when the whole world is calm. It is allowing yourself to be loved not for the magnificent mask you wear, but for the simple, quiet, deeply complex truth of the self you are. And that humanity, that simple breathing existence, is enough.